Live. Greetings, everybody. Yes, we're live. The bells are reminding me it is 6 o'clock. Welcome to Friday. It's 6 o'clock here in Germany, so I think it's midday Eastern. So welcome, everybody, and welcome to everybody that's going to hear the replay and get some inspiration and some eye candy and a deep breath of energy for this little pause in our evolution at the moment. That's what I'm feeling at the moment. We're just pausing and breathing. Not easy because the energies are feeling kind of very neutral. But yeah, it's just about adjusting to whether we're going to go up or down. Neutral sometimes is like, what happened? But that's all good. Hey Josh, how are you, my darling? Yeah, very interesting energies at the moment. I was just saying they're neutral, and that's kind of, they're not up, they're not down, they are a little sludgy, yeah. But I think we must also realize that so much has happened in the last week. Never mind just energetically, but we've had the Pope. We've got to go through. I'm glad. Yeah, no, I know you're fine. We've got to go through all of those. Those energies are really heavy. Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen there? I did hear somewhere that he was supposed to be the last pope, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got crazy things going on in all our countries right now, and we do notice them a little bit, even though most of us try to live under a big rock, which is good. Yeah, so it's just to pause. Have some of your tools handy, like a good meditation or a good breathing technique. Breathing is just awesome. Breathing is definitely the thing to do. If you can, go for a walk, change your environment, do something creative, cook, bake, sing a song. Yeah, go in if you can. Meditation is really good, because I was also thinking, what is this all about? It's it's like maybe just not keep going, because it is going forward and we want to keep going forward, and just little bits, just listening. But sometimes it's just to be still. And as you know, yesterday and the day before, I was doing so much with the forest, and it also was coming at a completely different angle, and the stillness of the moss, and it was okay. That makes sense for me. I've been there. It's not been easy. Yeah, but hey, I kind of got there, and I got some badges. So now the trees talk to me. It's a lot of very new stuff for all of us, and the energies are new, and there is rebirth. But what? Yeah, and there's so much clamoring out there from definitely from ETs, from the sea beings, from the forest beings, from the animal beings, from the water beings. There's just so much happening. I'm all over the place, but at the same time, it's kind of threading and pulling itself together. So I'm trying not to fight that being all over the place. I don't know if time's going fast or slow right now, but it's okay. You know, there are two great words, two great sayings that got me through so much in my life. And the one is, this will pass, and the other is, long may it stay. So this too shall pass. When you're having a good time, long may it stay. So let us just bring in our beautiful tree energy. Yeah. Now we have sunshine. Why does the sun come out for the stars? Did anybody see the happy smiley face in the sky? It was overcast this morning, so I didn't see it. But remember, that's huge. That's like a triple conjunction of the moon and Venus and Saturn. So we've got yeah, just you there. Just you there. Thank you for my one-man band. And I will carry on even if there's no other you there. I don't know where everybody is. There's somebody else having a live. And that's okay. I'll just carry on. I've got all these fabulous friends around me. 'Cause yeah, it's like, yeah, we make a commitment and we do it. So let us just awaken our beautiful new tree of life. Especially working a lot with my third eye. I'm trying not to panic or ask things, but shouldn't I be working from the bottom first? No, just work with where you are. Oh, thanks, Josh. Appreciate that so much. Yeah, just the throat is really working really beautifully, just releasing traumas and energies. And our primordial sounds, we really are rebirthing, and it's not easy, you know. It sounds great on paper, but when you stop to think what is a birthing process, like for babies, there's nothing really fabulous about it. Yeah, it's a very traumatic episode for both mothers and babies, though a very necessary one. Yeah. And awakening and exploding, and just remember to keep going back into that heart chakra. Whatever, however you see it, as a pearl, as a golden orb, as a white orb, as a blue orb, and just emanate it out. I've got my little rose quartz at the moment, which is just reminding me to create the sacred rainbow body, not for myself. Yeah, I mean, it's happening for myself, but I'm just putting it out there into the universe, and it's doing some good. Just pouring it all over the village where I live, and making this Buddha that I see so big that it covers the world, and that it's pulsating and emanating rose quartz. It's not easy. And our temples. I love the smell of this clearing up all ancient, old, negative energies of tea tree, things that don't want to move, don't want to pass. And yeah, it's just interesting energies right now. Really, really interesting energies. I'm just feeling that was a big thing for me that I was meditating on. Which is also just to stop and be very grateful for where we are right now. I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for these energies. I'm grateful for all the other things that we have, our food, our home. Aren't we just? I'm grateful for the changes. Embrace the change. And just ask which way from now, and trust yourself. You've got to ask yourself what is the yes and what is the no. And sometimes if you don't know, then you can just sit and be still. Yeah. We also, with this rebirth, we go down through a lot of portals again, and then we come up again. So we've got to rescue ourselves, and as we go through the gates. These are all in myths. The story of Inanna, who went going into the underworld. That's what happened. Whether we like it or not, we're doing it. So sometimes when you know a little bit about it, it's okay, that's what's happening. But we lose our crown. We have to go, by the time we get down there, we're stripped naked. It's not that pretty. And you have to be able to stand for who you are. Completely naked, no car, no money, no jewelry, no crystals, no crown, no nothing. This is, they say, naked we came in and naked we go out. So it is a huge death, rebirth, awakening of our new body. Yeah, listening to ourselves, keeping it clean. This is our temple, doing the best that we can to move into the next phase, and just following ourselves. We all know what we need to do. Or do we? Yeah, up to some point, yeah. Sometimes it's much easier to do something else instead of what we should be doing. And that's also okay, yeah. So let's just burn some beautiful incense and awaken this incredible eternity It's like two beautiful teardrops meeting. It's like a convergence of male and female, which is huge. We've really crossed so many male and female energies. Just stop and think where you were a year ago or 6 months ago. So you're definitely in a better space. You might be feeling a little, but we're definitely in a better space. Hello for you too, my beautiful love. I'm really there for you, PG. I'm so glad we're going to go live tomorrow. You're in time for the instincts. Yeah, it's not easy, okay? But it's okay. I love your comment as well. Mine is at the moment just going in, and yes, we are definitely jumping through another level. But it's Orpheus in the underworld. It's Persephone going down, getting stuck there a little bit. Yeah. So we've got to go down to get the keys. It's so interesting. The keys aren't coming up for me right now. I did get them, but they're not working with me. So yeah, I was getting something about the three. Oh, okay. I've been getting the three. Yeah, the three. I've got keys as well. The three mechanical elf energies yesterday. And we are in void energies since East. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll share just now where I've been, or maybe I'll share it tomorrow. It's like, where on earth is this going? It's completely new. I don't know anybody else that's put this together, and it's so flipping obvious. Anyway, here we go. Let's have some beautiful incense to work with the male and female intertwining within the destiny, within the. It's such a sacred key. This is the infinity, yeah? So into the still point. Always back to the still point. It's really keeps coming up for me. So it's be still and know that I am God, going back inside into ourselves. And for me right now, the still point is the heart. And just breathe. And right now I'm breathing this beautiful multicolored shimmery rainbow stuff. Why? Where did that come? I don't know. I just breathed it in and that was there. So just remember to breathe into the heart as often as you can. Close your eyes, feel what you feel, see what you see, and just pulse it out. Just push it out. Put it into a beautiful bubble around you and then around to the world. The world needs lots of love right now. And whenever we do any of these crazy things, or there's a big thing in the news, so many people take a tumble, people that aren't awakened or are just awakening, and those that are also like remembering, just like, some take a bigger tumble because it's we really are believing in fairies, yeah, and that's okay, yeah, or what's going on in our head, and visitations and orbs and light beings and whew, and that's why. Well, let me share and let me just do our beautiful bell to just clear and awaken, clear, so that at least we can see clearly. We might have hit a glass ceiling, but let's at least have a little bit of insight about it. It's quite, but we don't always get it, yeah. Sometimes we've got to keep pushing against the door, but it feels like the old days when things weren't moving. So I really would also like things to move a little bit. So with lots of love and lots of blessings and lots of purity. I'm so sad Lindsay's not here because I've really been feeling for her a lot for a long time. Yeah. There's a lot of trinities going on again, PG, but like from my point, very old, but very new. So don't really know what's going on, but I do, but I don't. Yeah. So let us just really waken up and bless and vibrate into the heart energy. Absolutely. Thanks, PG. Did you read that, Josh? It really is a big blessing. It is a very sacred Trinity. A very sacred Trinity here. And into our, I'm really, my third eye, the space here is really very open. And it's interesting, PG, you working at the base of the spine, so that's fine. I'm not stressing. It will come. We'll do it in different ways. Josh is most probably holding the heart beautifully for us. He does. He holds a lot of beautiful energy and unconditional love. So let's work with our head, clearing it, opening it. Yeah, that we might see clearly without these preconceived ideas. Let them just drop. Yeah. In awakening and dropping negativity from our base chakra, but awakening the newness. I know that I'm going to be working with fire. That's why I wanted to just work with the water today. Because if I don't do what I do today, then you know how it goes, and it's too much. So awakening the fire at the bottom. I'm sure you're going to awaken the fire today. Thanks, Peachy. Thanks, Josh. Sacred Trinities. I want to just share. I've been, and I don't know if I should talk, and then I thought, you know what? Time for like not talking about stuff is really over. I've been for a while now. I just keep getting visited, or definitely very, very loud the last 3 or 4 days by this incredible, like, it's like the crystal skull within my head with these blue beings. But it's like my brain, and you'll see the pictures that came up and the interesting things that came up about it that I didn't think, but it is. Then I thought, and it is. It's hasn't got two halves of the brain. It's just like one brain, which is actually resonant of the one brain, no duality. Yeah, it just takes so weird ways of seeing it, and I've really been dipping hugely into the ancient oceans, and just on a completely different level. I mean, stuff that I know, but also stuff that is, well, why is nobody doing this? In PG, can you see the different ways of drawing? It's all geometric. And I don't know if these are ancients, they live on geometry. And I don't know if this is, I think it's both. I don't know if it's Syrians. I know Syrians, these are definitely blue beings. And they're also coming from deep within the ocean, which I've been tuning in for a while. And there's obviously interesting sacred drops of water. I haven't like dipped into it. I'm going to dip into it. I've been wondering how old is the moon? Because this is going back so far. It's to the very primordial creation, and that the sea is actually this primordial soup. And within the sea hold this. These are my thoughts. I was just been doing this the whole day. And within the sea is everything that we need. What is that water? Well, I've been like so focused for a while on looking at the pure waters of rivers and lakes and waterfalls, but this is now going into the sea. And I don't know if you know, but the the constituency of blood plasma and the sea are almost identical. They have the same minerals and the same salt. So I've always just said it's like the blood of the earth. And then I was thinking, what is the difference between the amniotic fluid? Yeah. So there's this huge trinity of the sea, the blood, and the amniotic fluid. These are all such deep birthing new life forces. And one just like it's things with a little bit of horror where they want to have these incubated grown babies without the amniotic fluid, yeah. But then I got to thinking as to how much medicine there is in the sea. There's absolutely everything. And in the sea, maybe I'm jumping ahead of myself here, but have fun. Really have fun, PG. Have fun. Then there's this there's the water and this connection of light, which creates another kind of life. There's no Big Bang. It's just something very gentle that's creating with absolute pure love and beauty. And with so many, everything is in the sea. Everything. If you just stop to think, I'm going to have some fun, PG. If you stop to think, those incredible neon colors. There's the inks, there's the poison, there's the electricity. All fish have this like magnetic line down them, so there's magnets in the sea. There's all the toxins, you know, how many things are toxic that you stand on in the sea. Stings, and they have from unicellular creatures. The jellyfish is one of the most primal things, and he's really big. We have snails, all the way up then to the whales, who are these incredible mammals. So, and yeah, we have plankton, yeah, and it's just so amazing that something as big as the whale just lives on plankton. So it just puts a whole new level for me onto the sea of awesomeness, and how much that we do come from the sea and from these waters, but these are very, very different waters. Yeah. And this is my brain. And it looks just like a flipping jellyfish. Isn't it beautiful? This is my brain that I've been seeing for a while. Every time I close my eyes, I see this crystal, like those crystal skulls, but with this bright, bright blue. And then I just go into meditation and talk with these beings that are visiting from a while. I went, hello, beautiful Dale. We haven't seen you for a while. PG, you're not commenting, or can't you see my drawing, my pictures? Thought you would have commented. Or are you speechless? No, it's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. I will put it into more sense. These ancient beings and these ancient jellyfish. Because I've been doing a lot of Lemurian meditations. It's like going back to the beginning, and really like working a lot with Mu and Lemuria. And now it's becoming trending, but I've been doing this for a long, long, long time. But also just so interesting that there's so little done with the medicines of the sea. People don't work with that. Like even in Chinese traditional medicine, it's mainly things from the land, and they haven't changed in the last 2,000 years. Most of the healers, even though they do live by the sea, they don't work with sea stuff. There's very little. I mean, maybe the Polynesians, there must be. And obviously there's sea moss. So I've been going into the ocean. This is just the touch, and how healing the sea is. That even if you just can get to the sea, you don't have to go in. But those ions, the excitement of going to the sea is just so interesting. So within the sea, there's everything within the shell, which comes from the sea. There's the spirals, which is the spirals of harmony, the Fibonacci scales. The sacred toxins. There's that little blue octopus, which has like the most poisonous venom. Octopus are really weird things. There's like quite a few thousand varieties, but they know very, very little about it. So yet again, you know, if we need, and then the breath from the dolphins and from the porpoises and from the whales, which they do need to come up to catch breath. So they are pulsing the ancient breaths of life, yeah, coming up for this incredible oxygen. Whether they came out or went back, we're not going to worry about that right now. Yeah. So it's on a whole nother level to actually protect the sacred oceans, because within there just, flotation tanks, the sound of the ocean, when you hold that shell to your ear and you just, it's so healing, you know. There's something that just awakens within us, this very, very ancient, the Trinity of the Three Waters is really, really huge. And then I was wondering, when did the moon get put into place? Because there are very ancient stories from Africa about the land, the time before the moon. Now, in Africa, a big thing, if you ever go down to the sea, they all want seawater. So we've all brought seawater back to the Highveld. No, that's okay. No, I was, because it is. It's absolutely, it's the nervous system. And all of and a lot of those poisons are neurotoxins, but nobody's working with them. I'm talking even the ancient cultures. Maybe somewhere down in Natal would be very interesting, because we know that they all want to have seawater when we come back if we go down to the coast. And they buy it in their muti shops, and they have their little altar, and there's always a bottle of seawater. And they use seawater for everything, but they actually drink a shot of seawater every day, if they can. Yeah. Why do we haven't commented? No, that's fine. Take lots of walks, take showers, take baths, take water. Yeah. Transmuting. And I thought you were. I had that big flash about that today. I was hoping that you were okay. Yeah. Just sometimes just stop and breathe. Yeah. That's fine. We love you lots. We've been thinking about you. Get some seawater. Go down to the coast if you can. But yeah, they always want us to bring seawater back from the coast. And they take a little, and what do you do with it? No, they have just like a little shot. A little shot of seawater every day. So it was something. So as I said, this is like really big and new. Let me just see what's all in it. In a shot of seawater, it's mighty, such an elixir. Okay, it has all the trace elements, because seawater is absolutely perfect. Because remember, it's that primordial soup. It's where everything can grow, because it's like amniotic fluid, and it's almost identical to blood. The minerals, the structure and the mineral component. So just that gives a lot of thought. So it's really ancient, and I'm sure we all have very similar blood. Yeah, one or two things different. Seawater contains all the essential minerals your body needs in the perfect proportion. One small sip speaks to the inner tides and balances electrolytes in a profound way. It has ancestral resonance. Ingesting seawater, especially mindfully, reconnects the body with primordial memory, a coded message that says, you came from the seas, you are not separate. But this is really old. This is very old. Because there was water before there was anything, and then there was light. It's that beautiful water and light love story. The energetic clearing. That salt carries more than chemistry. It carries frequency. One shot may purify energetic stagnation, awaken sleeping codes or calm spiritual disturbances, especially when taken with reverence. I think you could have sea salt. And it's reclaiming our power. For many Indigenous people, this act is a reclaiming. I drink not from fear, not from need, but from knowing. It's a silent rebellion against disconnection, a soft rite of sovereignty and soul fidelity. It's just seawater. So if you can go to the seawater, and it's always interesting. So you have to collect seawater when you're in Africa, and you have to put sand at the bottom, otherwise it goes rotten. So if you don't have sand, it will go rotten. But if you have some sand in the bottom of your seawater, and you've collected your many 2-liter Coca-Cola bottles full of seawater. Yeah, we always had to, always at the African people, I know, us always. And they were so happy to bring seawater. And they were like the most popular people in town. It's so cool. But then, and yeah, they loaded mud, yeah. But yeah, we always did. Yeah, put sea salt if you can. And that's like, there's also what we eat from the sea. The Chinese do. My mother was crazy. She ate a lot of seaweed, and there's so many different varieties. I haven't looked into the nutritional value as on a protein level, but I know that they have these whole seaweed farms in China where they grow different. There's hundreds of different kinds of seaweed, and it's really, really, really healthy for you. Yeah. Um, yeah. Just yeah, put sea salt in your bath, and we're so lucky it's really quite cheap. The other thing that's I think that's kind of because you can detox your body, you can purge your body if you sip warm salt water. You will go to the toilet quickly. So it's 2 teaspoons to 4 liters of warm water, but don't do it too often. And be careful if you've got a heart problem. You can get a lot of heart palpitations, but it makes you go to the toilet really quickly. It was also one thing to make you vomit if you've taken like an overdose or something. You can drink it's the jug of warm salt water, and you will puke. It's very interesting stuff. Is the sea salt, huh? So I've just started. Maybe it's just something to to float to the next level. Hi, Victor. Oh, enjoy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that so much. You always make me hungry. Yeah. So yeah, just start thinking about those primordial waters, because that's part of Mu and what we are rebirthing and birthing, rebirthing and birthing. It's like completely insane at the moment. Are we going back? Are we going forward? Who's coming down? How many different where the terrestrials, where they're coming from? They're coming from inside the sea, they're coming from inner earth, they're coming from other planets. It's like a total mindfuck here right now, guys. So don't feel too stressed if you're feeling stressed. That's why it's just to be still, listen to the ocean. I mean, I'm about to dip into I mean, we know we can say, yes, they come from another planet, but I'm going to dip into it on another level. Is why, I know Shiva is blue because, and that again, we're talking about the sea, that he stopped the poisons at his throat with the conch shell, and otherwise the world would have been poisoned. Must have been some kind of like chemical warfare going on at the time. I mean, these stories, don't take them too lightly. And yeah, I mean, there's so many poisons in the sea. All those inks or poison. And how incredible is the octopus? I mean, what an incredible machine it is. It's like it can like jet propel itself and it squirts off this black ink for you. How many of those creatures in the sea are always squirting stuff at you, and you touch them and then they close up? They're amazing. I remember years ago, I've spoken quite a lot of good Transkei stuff, and I was down in Port Elizabeth, and we were at the rock pools, and there was a rock in one of the rock pools, and I wanted it. But all these rock pools, I'm obsessed with color. So all of these rock pools, each one had their own like color coding. So if one was green and blue and yellow, everything, even the little fish and the little hohos, everything on the rocks, the lichen on the rocks, they were all those colors. And my art teacher at the time still said to me, if you paint another thing in rust and blue, I'm not marking it. It's basically blue and orange. And I wanted one of these rocks, and I picked it up, and it had so many patrols on it. There were so many horrible looking snails underneath it. And I put it back. I felt so bad. I disturbed this whole cosmos going on in there. So it was one of my big lessons. I was lucky. I was still a teenager. I was 18 or 19 at the time when I learned that lesson, not to disturb things, because they're all that's their village, you know. You're plundering their village. So, oh wow, Dale, yeah, me too. We do need the ocean. We need just the thought. But you know what I'm doing right? This has been like really, snorkeling was awesome. Snorkeling, oh, PPE is very beautiful, Hen. It's really beautiful people. They look so beautiful in Port Elizabeth. But this journey today has just been so beautiful, because it really took me to I really was working with it and praying with it and meditating with it and breaking with it. But I was really at the sea and just like tuning into the sea. So it was very healing. So that's why I'm offering this to you, because, you know, you can go to the sea, you can go to a mountain. Yeah. And I mean, I've just got this place. I haven't been out of this small village for 5 years. And that's okay. I would love to come and visit Josh or anybody. I'd just like to visit the next village. Let's see what else have we got here. So look, I got bottles. Where's see, I made fun foam. I tried to make, this was what it came. I said, no, I need some fun foam, because it came then. I said, no, I want all this stuff like in a cup. Can't you? I don't just want a cup of stuff. It's got to be fun, because the foam is just so beautiful. I mean, you have such fun at the seaside when you jump over the foam. And it was just something different, because they do this beautifully, the Japanese artwork. But I was also wondering, do they actually do healing with the foam, with the sea? With those poison fishes, do they use them? I mean, they eat weird things. They eat like the puffer fish, which if it hasn't been done properly, you will die. And I'm sure that there are a lot of those toxins in the sea that are very insightful and psychedelic, like snake venom. Yeah, that's with the shot of the sea. And then there's all that stuff with the blacks, with the Red Sea, where you float. Sea is very weird. And they did, I mean, a lot of that salt from that sea is really very healing. And people flock to Israel to go and float on that water. See, I got primordial essence. I was really proud. That's what they gave me, my essence. So I've got my elixirs. They're going to be elixirs and essences. Because then I worked on an essence of moss and stillness. My mother always said that if you could bottle the smell of rain, people would make a fortune. There was somebody here that was almost bottling the smell of the south of France. which was like really interesting because they have these, wherever you go in the world, there's different trees and things. So what else did we create? This was after all this bright stuff. This just came back to a still point, back to the heart and back to my beautiful rose quartz, which is you're welcome to do it or think about it or just tune into the energy that I'm throwing around the world. I'm just using a lot of rose quartz energy with just emanating the rainbow body. For myself, for everybody, getting my energetics, hopefully getting the energetics. I don't really care the trees where it goes. I'm just doing it. It keeps me from going crazy. So, yeah, so this has been a, he didn't come, I don't know, a lot of these things won't, I can't copy, they're very weird, they won't download, but we have these problems every now and again. Oh, that was, I didn't do that one. Oh, there's lots, I'll have to put them all together tomorrow so that you can see some of this journey with my brain. But it's been, yeah, been really interesting, which is been connecting the male and the female side of the brain. Sorry if this is like a little too all over the place for you. It's all over the place for me. But that's like this intense intelligence of the water. And if you don't know, that's a nice thing for you to look at, Dale, is Veda Austin is her name. And to the nearest ocean. Yeah. Just got to figure out accommodation. They're essences. I know. How cute. Yeah. Beautiful essences. Yes, thank you. Haha. Starting to bottle. No, not farts. Mine are elixirs. Well, they are actually. I suppose they're the energy, the air. So you call them farts. I call them essences or elixirs. The smell of rain. Yeah, the medication can. Just try to use it, yeah, and just then do a guided meditation. Sit with somebody talking in your ears. Mm. It is the same thing, PG. Absolutely. And as they say, a man is what he eats, so I suppose a man is what he farts as well. Ta ta ta. So yeah, that I shall be. But I wanted to just share that water stuff with you guys and awaken something I know should awaken something in some of you guys to start thinking. At least Dale wants to go down to the sea right now. Just watch a YouTube video on Under the Sea. There's some amazing stuff because the technology is just so incredible at the moment that they can go up really deep down. And yeah, just an interesting thought. And there's some really strange, amazing stuff at the bottom of the ocean. If it's supposed to get hotter and hotter to this inner core, which I'm not sure if I believe, to this inner core, how come it gets so cold at the bottom of the ocean? Just very interesting. Okay, okay, yeah, so it's with water. If you want to do the Vader Austin or the Yomimoto, I don't know what his name is. I mean, I do, but I can't think of it offhand. The Secrets of Water, or there's a really awesome, it might be a bit boring for now. There's an awesome movie called What the Bleep, which is about the secrets of water. What's his name here? That was about the only book that I bought when I came to Germany in my bag. The Hidden Messages of Water by Masaru Emoto. So if you don't know that, Dale, you really need to have a look at the crystals that the water makes. Yeah. um, when it comes from a good spring or when it's been spoken to. That's really so awesome, especially when it's been spoken to. Whether it's been spoken to negatively, it's really ugly, and when it's been spoken to positively, I'll just put his. So these are two things. And Veda Austin she does different stuff. And then the other guy is Masaru Emoto. Yeah, and I love that. I mean, Josh is talking about that. It's a little thing, but this would really piss me off is people were doing these. I mean, I was talking about this. I saw it like quite a few years ago. It's like an iPad, and that actually brings the water out of the air. And it was, as far as I know, it was a black guy that developed it. But these things get quashed. They don't want people to know. There was, and this was one I just saw recently. It was so sad. When I was in South Africa, so it must have been about 2016, 2017, they have like this competition, it's a South African Bureau of Standards or something, and whoever's done the most exciting, innovative invention wins. And there was this, I think she was 13 or 11, a little African girl from school girl, and she developed a backpack with lighting, solar panels on it, so that when you opened it, it had lighting and you could do your homework. They don't have electricity. They work by candlelight. And I thought it was just one of such an obvious but such a beautiful invention. And the person that won was an Afrikaans tannie, one of those big ones. And she'd made this funny little basket that would make a casserole. It was like a material thing, and you put your pot in it, and it would cook your casserole all day. I really thought that the little light thing was so much better. And I just saw it the other day. Somebody from, I think, Holland or somewhere in Europe, had come up with the same invention that this little African girl had, and everybody was raving about it, how wonderful it would be to have these solar panels on a school bag and then open it up and you can do your light. So the world's a little, yeah, absolutely. And you can put labels on your water or put labels on your glass, and it does taste so very different. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's horrible. It's mean and nasty. But look at Veda Austin as well. She does something slightly different. Yeah. And it's good stuff to fill your head with instead of like scrolling and finding other stuff by accident. So very positive. You can also, the Veda Austin stuff is quite easy to do. You just need a refrigerator. The Masaru Emoto stuff was also quite easy. He didn't use anything too crazy. But it's like every snowflake. They look like snowflakes. Yeah. So, and drink your water. Also, drinking water in blue tastes completely different. Blue is very healing. Yeah. You can also just have your bottles. The Indians, the Hindus, they don't drink water from a tap. They will fill up these copper water, and the water is really holy, and it has to have a lid on it, and they pray, and on the lid it's got to have a flower on it. There's a whole ritual to just having your water every day, and then they scoop it out, I think, with a ladle. It's their drinking water. Yeah, it's important. It's really important. If you stop, just don't even have to be on a spiritual path or a rocket scientist, but we do need to spread the word or do it in your meditation that people are picking it up, and people sometimes see all the big stuff and they forget that suntan lotion is dreadful because they're thinking about it. Then it's like microplastics, because suntan lotion when you go into the sea, it's actually killing the plankton. So that's the primordial soup. So we'll have a problem if we don't have plankton. I don't know, maybe you can find it out and spread the word to somebody somewhere in the States. We have a thing, what do they call them here? Sea shepherds or shepherds of the sea. And I didn't know what they were. And it's actually a group of people. It's got like a pirate. It looks like really rough. Sea sheep, and yeah, they're shepherds of the sea. I thought they knew. Yeah. Anyway, they meet and they go and they clear up. They will go up to the North Sea and they will just go and clear out bottles and just collect rubbish for 2 days from the sea. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome, Dale. Yeah. Yeah. I used to play around with different crystals in water. I still find that rose quartzes make the water very sweet. I've never had a problem with rose quartz. With some other things, they in the water after a while will go bitter. I just say you're not meant to drink it for now because it is an elixir. Yeah. Okay, my beautifuls, have the most beautiful day. I hope you're having beautiful weather still in South Africa. And we will see you tomorrow with PG. I'm sure PG's got something beautiful and amazing. It's going to be very interesting to see what he is going to have concocted. The last show was absolutely amazing. And out of all of this craziness, along came Shiva and Shakti, Shiva and Kali, which is actually the male and the female and really energizing that. It's like just so interesting how it took such a big circle for me, because this is hugely what I'm working with, and then I worry why I'm running into other areas right now. But we do know. So love you all. Have the most beautiful, beautiful day. Yeah. And Josh, may your day be absolutely wonderful. And may you feel a little inspired and a little lighter of step and definitely a little lighter of heart in heart. Okay. And we've got so love and love and love and bliss. And sometimes it's always the thing, if you're feeling shitty, go and do something nice for somebody else. So even if you just stop and pray for somebody and say, I'm just going to spread some energy out into the world right now, to this horrible person I don't like right now, or whatever. Just stop for a couple of seconds and spread some beautiful energy. So I will let you know what my brain is going to say to me. It's very interesting. Anyway, love you. And we will see you at Victor's tomorrow, most probably. And then after that, live with PG. Okay. Mwah. Have the most amazing day. And remember, the sky was literally smiling at us today. So it's a whole long discussion between Venus and Saturn. So could get a bit heavy, but just remember you got love on your side. Cool. Be awesome. Be fabulous. Take it easy, but take it and don't stress too much. Love. Bye. Thank you so much for being here.